Closet, a Todd Mills mystery. Book 1. Author R.D. Zimmerman. Publisher Scribble Pub, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Narrator Eric Aust. Chapter 31. Standing at the sliding glass door of his apartment, he stared at the late afternoon sky and thought about the man he'd killed last night. Just last night. How odd. It already seemed days ago, weeks. He took a deep, cleansing breath and then sat down in his leather chair, closed his eyes, smiled. He thought it would be so hard taking someone's life like that. It had seemed incomprehensible. Yet he'd killed 2 men, and it had proved so easy and challenging. That was what surprised him the most. The thrill of the hunt. It was like the biggest dare you could ever imagine. One that he'd actually succeeded in committing, which in turn left him with this great big buzz. That was fun, he thought, stalking like that. The sport of it. First, of course, he'd had to scout the area, decide where, and he was pleased he'd chosen the bushes along Lake Calhoun, for it was right in a residential district, right on the edge of uptown. He'd figured it would send back big shockwaves through the city, and it most definitely had big ones. Better yet, the link with Michael Carter was drawn almost immediately. Both killed by knife wounds, both gay, both found dead in South Minneapolis, and both killed by Todd Mills. He smiled, rubbed his forehead. That was the buzz in town. Everyone was talking about it, speculating, pointing fingers. He'd been out and about today and heard people gossiping, whispering. Todd Mills, good Lord, could he really have done such a hideous thing? And gay, too. How creepy. He was on television. He was in our homes. Our family watched him, hung on his every word, and those Emmys, for God's sake. Seated in his comfortable chair, he wondered what defined a serial killer. Was it simply more than one murder? As few as 2, or perhaps 3. If so, would this next one do it? Qualify him for that very special club? Or was it more? Say a half dozen. No, that seemed awfully high, he thought. Or could it be linked by style and method? Perhaps the length of time between each killing? He really couldn't linger here at the apartment. Too much to do, and if he sat there much longer, he was going to fall asleep. It had been a long night, and only the adrenaline rush of the kill had kept him cruising all day. Soon he was going to crash big time, but he couldn't. Not just yet, not now. Just one more big decision. It wasn't so much a question of how and where. He'd do the next one with a knife, of course, for better or worse. He was sort of stuck with that one already, and where? Not so important either. In a back alley in another pickup area in the guy's bedroom. It didn't really matter, just so long as it looked gay, very gay, maybe a little kinky, perhaps a trifle perverse. Well, he'd work out the simpler details later. The only things he needed to figure out right now was when he should do the next one. He'd been thinking about right away, tonight, or should he wait a few days, a week even? No, that wouldn't work. Too risky. His next target might talk. He might suspect that he was next in line and go running to the police. So actually, now that he thought it through, the answer was perfectly clear. No sense in letting the newspaper and newscasters cool down a bit, only to stoke them again by the end of the week. No, he had to throw gas right on the flames, make everything explode, then stand back, arms calmly crossed, and watch the spectacle while everyone else scurried about. He rose from his chair, crossed to the small kitchen, and poured himself a nice glass of chilled water. The cool, refreshing liquid soothed his parched throat, refreshed his weary mind. He'd strike again tonight. 2 days in a row, sure. Boom! It would make the front page, perhaps even the headline. Oh, Todd Mills, thought the man as he grabbed his lightweight jacket and headed out. Oh, Todd, where are you? If you think things are bad now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Gay Mysteries audiobooks. I think it is easy to hate a label, but a face humanizes the word. So this effort is twofold. To offer comfort to those like myself that your world didn't end because you don't fit into the view of acceptable society on both sides. And in hopes of helping those with family that are LGBTQ, that it doesn't mean we are aliens from the child they once knew. Reassure them so they can maybe be supportive at the same time, being true to their values.